Hey guys, it's Bart Johnson here at NAB 2015 in the Canon booth. I'm here with Chuck Westfall from Canon, and we are looking at the brand new C300 Mark II. So I have a lot of questions about this camera. I know a lot of people are excited to get their hands on it. What can you tell me about it?
Well, we've upgraded this camera in just about every possible way compared to the original C300. What we really did was to listen to the feedback that we got from our users and try to do as much as we could to really improve the image quality, the operability, the durability. Everything about this camera really has been updated. So to begin with, one of the most important things to talk about is the fact that we can now do 4K recording internally.
That's a big one.
To the CFast 2 cards. We've actually got two of those, two slots for those in the camera, and you can do up to 410 megabits per second, which is an amazing.
That's a really high bit range.
And you know, we're talking about 10-bit 422 internal recording here. Now that's compressed, and it'll do 4K up to 30p that way. But you also have raw video out, so if you'd rather do raw, you can still do that as well. In addition to the 4K capability, we also have 2K and Full HD. When you do the 2K and Full HD, now you have ability to go into even other areas such as higher frame rates.
Yeah.
You get up to 120 frames a second in either of those two resolutions.
That's great. I've always wanted some slow motion, and it's nice to have that built in. That's great.
Right, and then from the operability standpoint, one of the other things that we really like to tell people about here is the dual pixel CMOS AF. Now we've actually had that in the C100 Mark II, and now we've updated it and put it into the C300 Mark II, and one of the improvements that we made is that it's now adjustable in terms of the speed and the tracking sensitivity. Those are features that we had in the 7D Mark II EOS that have now been updated into the C300 Mark II as well.
Oh, very cool. So it's got the auto-focusing, it's got 4K internal, which is huge. You said it's got that 10-bit 422 compressed internal 4K. What about sending 4K RAW out? Is that possible?
Absolutely. You've got two 3G SDI ports on the camera that go directly out to your external recorders. So you do have that full support for 4K RAW. And one of the other things that we definitely need to mention about this camera is the fact that the dynamic range has been expanded up to 15 stops.
Wow.
Which is pretty much right at the top of the class.
That's incredible.
So you really are going to have a very, very high quality image in terms of your tonal range. And now with the dual Digic DV5 processors, which is 2 generations up from the DV3 that we had before,
wow.
We've really come a long way in terms of noise reduction as well. And sensitivity. So we have a totally new chip here. It's up to 102,400 on the high-end ISO.
That's great.
And if you look at the noise levels of this camera, you're going to be amazed at how clean it is at any comparable ISO to the C300.
Wow, that's fantastic. You know, I was envious and coveted the old C300, which is still an amazing camera. And if you've made such leaps and bounds upgrades on that camera, this thing is going to be just absolutely amazing. What is the price point on this camera, and when can people start getting their hands on it?
We're going to have an estimated retail price of $20,000.
Okay.
And it's set to be delivered in the month of September.
In September. All right. Well, that sounds great. Thank you very much, Chuck. I appreciate it.
Sure, and if people want more information, please be sure to come and visit our website at usa.canon.com.
Well, there you go. usa.canon.com. I'm here with Chuck Westfall, enjoying the show.